Welcome back to more Komi. I do apologise for the wait. An extra week is always difficult, especially for me, considering I really want to see it. But life being life, things aren't always so easy. But maybe we can cheer ourselves up by just seeing what happens now. And now that Komi has been worried about the class trip, if she's really going to be picked last, no one wanting to sit next to her, be with her during the entire thing, but Tadano really giving her the pick-me-up that she needed. The words of advice that touched her so thoroughly. But I guess choosing a group through complete lucky dip, well, definitely one way of doing it. Let's find out where they end up. Day of the school trip. I'm pretty sure anyone that's been on a school trip like that has had a moment of got everything, double check, triple check, and you still managed to leave something behind. I still remember going to can't remember where it was, actually, but Italy or something for like snowboarding with school. Somehow I managed to forget quite a lot, actually. I should not be left in charge of packing my own stuff. Everything seems to be moving in such a weird frame rate for some reason. Have I never noticed this before? Or is it actually just really strange? But considering the school trip, have we actually been told where they're going? Yeah, I think so. But if we are mixing up the groups, putting them into random places, people they haven't really had too much experience with each before, or wanting to actually actively avoid in some cases, would be nice to see how they get on with all of this. Now, whenever you're travelling pretty much anywhere, it's good to have someone that really knows where they're going, or at least has some sort of plan. Because I could say for certainty, do not rely on me for that. Oh no. Well, not only not with Komi, they're in a group together. The poor one in the look at the smile on Najimi, but the thing that she's so conscious of. I'm sure this one will be fine. I'm beginning to suspect. Don't know what gave you that idea, though. How? Even but just by laws of probability. How? How have you lost 10 times in a row? The kind of background ones that we don't really see all too much. Such an interesting conversation. Good for kid type. Yeah! Oh no. Things will only go well. I think this has been messed with to try and up frame rates. A good way of breaking any sort of tension and ice. Get food and snacks involved. I can say that works tremendously. A bit of background storytelling there. Well, not really background when she's shouting it out. Working together. Not included in the plans there. To her knowledge, at least. This is the furthest she's been away from her home. I don't think I've ever... Twip. I don't think I've ever been on a journey or a trip or something where you've actually had a tour guide like this. Well, she's hiding it well. This is talking about the sights to see, not really what's important right now. Sit down. I mean, she might be new to this, but she's obviously read a lot of material to get ready. You have to lead them properly. Well, how else are the students meant to know what to really check out? But to be fair, the amount of information that bus guides want to actually have to take in. I see. One way of... They're a bit distracted. But I like that bit of thing there. So, designing something in a way to try and do introspection. As to be expected of that kind of Japanese aesthetic. Or something more. I do not. Quiz. Is anyone actually listening? Not of you. Can you take it for them? I guess he's not used to this. We'll ask someone else. Yep. Don't know that one. I would like to go and see things like this. I've always found it somewhat interesting. There's not... what is that face? I'm not sure which one of them I'd be. Shinsengumi. Really getting into the role there. You know, be the proper protector of the town. Me protecting the peace. It might just be the sword and whatnot, but... Kondo-san. There's no escaping him, even in Komi. I do like how I know these characters based on throughout Japanese history due to just watching Gintama. See, she's got both of them still, so didn't take it too literally. I mean, they've all got their own... Is she ever without a snack? They've all got their own things to be thinking of or doing right now. Someone's listening. Of course, it would only be at the moment where it talks about couples and those two sat front row centre. I mean, I like the idea that she's following a dream, that's something that interested her so much when she was young. I don't think Tadano is going to become a tour guide in the future, but for a first trip out, she's doing quite well. That's going to be painful, but also good thing they stopped them. There would certainly be people like that from my school. Accidentally following him around. I was all held together just through woodworking. Interesting. I find it interesting, at least, so what's that say? Oh, really? Think about what you wrote there. Context is everything, though. She's... I mean, he did ask. Even she sees what's obvious there. Here. Here. Najimi goes where Najimi wants. Is it the biggest event of the trip? Oh no. Oh no. I think the steam is making it even worse. Already in and out, doing things quite speedy. Anyone with any sort of decent intentions probably wouldn't be hiding behind shrubbery. The tension is palpable. What is she? How long has she been there? Excuse me? Nico Dango. Okay. Although, to some it wouldn't exactly be an insult. Really getting into a conversation that I'm sure happens daily. Oh no. Some people get... She might take back her words now. Some people get such a large help from something so small. You never really know how much people need to hear certain things. Now, who's going to actually pay attention to what they were supposed to be doing and having a bath? Yeah, no, everyone turns and looks. I remember having long hair, and yes, it was a pain. It would be good just to... Wait, who's... I mean, there's definitely a way of just being straightforward, but they hide such a... such a distrust, though. Are they, though? What, like a small child deserving of their mother or something? Good answer. Thanks. Perfect. Literary genius. Just the delinquents are here. I mean, if anyone's going to get them in line, he's trying his hardest to be so friendly. Yep, cross him, and you won't like the consequences. Oh, all my worries are assuaged. Jesus Christ. Reminds me I need to do some more exercise. I've been far too relax. Careful with your eye level. Why would they feel better? Got to take care of your skin. Yeah. Since they're in a group together, really got to look out for one another. There's a lot of people just going straight. Not how I remember my school trips going. That's one for the photo album. No one wants to be left out of this. The more the merrier, and the more he will shine in comparison. I actually got a good idea for a photo there with the skyline in the background. Fair enough, he has a flair for the artistic. Oh. This is perfect. Yeah, you're right. I have no idea what's going on either. Let blood be shed. No one's going home from this trip, are they? Caught in the crossfire. That's what Najmi gets for not being aware of the surroundings. Oh? She's actually getting stuck in. I do like how Nakanaka has kept on her Shinsengumi uniform. It is a battle to the death. Neither of them... We all know that signal. Perfect. Acting skills top notch. What a fun end of the day for them. But the idea of, lights out, everyone's go to sleep now. She actually had the school trip that she had always dreamed of, being part of the action throughout all of it. I think, considering most times we get these school trips, visiting places, look at all the sites and what we got, we did get that, but we got it through the kind of eyes of a tour guide. So we actually got more than just the visual, aesthetic pleasing of the buildings. Got a little bit of history and details of it. And the fact that nobody was listening in the slightest. And I just checked the video file. Yeah, it's 144 frames a second, upscaled. Yay! I fucking hate those. They look awful, and I'm sure if you saw it, you would agree. That was... ugh. Why the fuck would anyone want to do that? But anyway, the episode itself was quite enjoyable. Having the entire class put into groups that somewhat make sense. Having little bits of their characters exposed to things. Oh no, they might find out that I'm from a rural area. Her fears there are heavily misguided. I don't think people really care that much. Or even if they did, is it really something to be afraid of people knowing? All I really know is that I am so glad that there weren't any school trips involved when I was still in education, that it really went into open baths. It would not have gone down as well as we were shown there. And the idea of those picking the perfect moment to take the best, most artistic, stylistic, aesthetically pleasing photo as possible there. I just hope they didn't hurt themselves by flexing too much. I'm not sure why Tadano got so invested in being the cameraman for it, but maybe he just liked that everyone was getting along. And whether it be school trips, sleepovers, or just hiding from your boss at work, that moment where there's a sudden noise, shit, they're coming, everyone dive, look like you're asleep or busy. I think we've all pretty much experienced something like that. And I think just a small bit of joy in seeing that bus guide start to quiver, unsure of herself and why is she even doing this, and then connecting to two person. That's why. Due to the joy, connecting to her youth, the reason why she went down this field, something that she was enthralled by. Seeing someone actually have that moment, that brief respite of everything was worth it. I hope one day that feeling will happen to me. How's Komi going to react? What's she going to say for Tadano convincing her to come along, to actually try and get involved? This has been the time of her life. And though it may be a few years before I might be able to go out travelling to see these sites for myself, at least being able to see it through the lens of anime, or in this case Komi specifically, at least that's something. So if you've enjoyed it, let me know. Maybe leave a like and a comment on the video. Consider subscribing. All in all, get yourself a lot of rest. You can sleep on the train, the bus, or if you imagine me, pretty much anywhere. But I'll see you in the next one. My patrons are the tour guide around my channel that really helps me to point out things that are worth staying for. Unfortunately, that list is incredibly slim, but still, I need to thank Electric Ant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Arthea, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Ginterman, William Welch, Stark Shadow 7899, Mega42, Finesse Kid, and everyone else. If you really want to join in the slumber party for my channel, consider joining onto Patreon, because it's slightly less intrusive than breaking into my house late at night.